Hi guys, welcome to another Homebrew Wednesday. This is for Wednesday the 25th of April. Really sorry I didn't get around to doing a homebrew video last week. Had a lot going on, so hopefully I'll make up for it this week. Have a lot going on. First of all, we're making quite a few new purchases, so I'll show you what I bought. The first one I'm most excited about is this. Now, you guys are probably thinking, well, it's just Star San, but in the UK you can't get this anywhere. Although, thanks to a fellow YouTuber who you probably all know called Homebrew Brewery, he showed me a website where I could pick some up. It's quite expensive, but it's worth it. The stuff I was using before to sterilise, I was using this Young's sterilizer and cleaner, which is okay. It takes around 10 minutes to sterilize everything, which is okay if you just got plenty of time, but sometimes you're in a bit of a rush. To use the also you have to rinse this off thoroughly before you brew as well, which is a bit of a pain. Otherwise I was using Milton, either the fluid or the tablets, which work okay. You don't need to rinse them, which is the most important thing. They're designed for babies' bottles, as you can see there. The only problem with that is that it takes about 15 minutes to sterilize. So obviously that's not great really. So I've already got some of that Star San underway. As you can see there, it's great stuff. I'm currently bottling, well, about to bottle my homemade cider, which you can see here. It's quite a nice colour, very clear as well. You can see right through it there. Starting gravity was 1.050 on that, so we'll see how that's fermented down in a little while. I'll take a video of that in a minute once I'm done, but I need to finish showing off my purchases first of all. Got some quick clear beer and wine finings, which are really good. I've used those already on the cider to help clear that through. It's really good. Got some yeast nutrient, which is really handy. Put some of that in the cider. That just helps to get the stuff fermenting quickly. Sorry, I just had some shouting or something. I think it's just the next door neighbour. Some super wine yeast compound, which is wine yeast and nutrient built in. I didn't realise that when I bought it, but that's what it is. So I've still got yeast nutrient there as well. Got some Campden tablets. Nope, sorry, beg your pardon. This is the potassium sorbate. This is to help stop fermenting. So when you're doing stuff like cider or homemade wine, if you put that in there, that stops it all fermenting again. And I've got some Campden tablets, which is sodium metabisulfate, which also is a stabilizing agent. So there you go. The reason I got a lot of that stuff was because, I'll just turn around, it's a bit sweaty in here. You probably remember I was doing that, clearing that wine that my sister-in-law had. Well, unfortunately it didn't really turn out very well. It still tasted horrible. Cleared down nicely with all the finings and everything, but still didn't taste great. I think she's still got a bottle. She's going to give it a week and see how it goes, but hey ho, can't win them all, can you? So I should have filmed that really. I'm sorry, I forgot, but well, I didn't forget, didn't have time, but never mind. Yeah, so that's all my purchases really. So one more thing which I didn't tell you, or show you I should say, is this. Ooh, everything coming to pieces. Now this is my bottling stick. Those of you might not know how this works. It basically has a pin valve in there, and you hook it up to your siphon tube. You push down in the bottle, and this little device here pushes up, opens the valve, and the water comes out. So it's quite handy to use. So I'm going to give that a go now actually, and bottle my homemade cider. So I'll cut back in a minute and show it in action. Okay. Now first thing I'm going to do before I bottle the cider is to take a gravity reading. So stick that hydrometer in there, give it a quick spin, as you do. And let's see what this comes out at. Alright. It's coming out at about, probably can't see from there, 1.002. Probably can't see very well there. Anyway, the starting gravity was 1.0 0.050, so it's probably going to give me an ABV off the top of my head 6%. I guess, I don't know, I'll put the exact gravity in there once I've worked it out on my spreadsheet. So now we've got the gravity reading, let's bottle this. Okay, so this is going to be me demonstrating my bottling stick. Sorry if it's a bit shaky, I'm trying to do this one-handed, so here we go. You put that in there, you push down on the bottom, you can see that, fills up. This is the first time I've used this, so I'm as intrigued as you are. So keep going, keep going. Think about there, you lift up, and that stops the flow straight away, so give it a bit more. A bit more. Fantastic. There we go. It's quite handy. I'm using clear bottlers actually, so you can see how it goes. So let's try the next one. Obviously it's a lot easier if you're doing it two-handed, but I've got to hold the camera in one hand, so okay, and there you go. It really is that easy. So I'm going to go finish up and then I'll come back. Right, now I've filled the bottles up. Got 9 lovely bottles there. Just need to prime them. So I've got my sanitised funnel here. Got my sanitised spoon, half a teaspoon measure. Some granulated sugar. Just need to chuck it in there. And obviously this is normally a lot quicker if I'm doing it not filming at the same time, but you know what it's like. Go. Do a little close up of the sugar going in, because that's always fun. There it goes. So normally I've started to transfer to a secondary fermenter and then just adding the sugar then, but obviously for only 9 bottles it doesn't really matter. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. That's half a teaspoon per bottle. There we go. I just put the caps on and put them somewhere warm for a couple of days to carbonate, and then put them somewhere cool for a few weeks, and I will give you a review as soon as I can. Okay, the last thing I want to update you guys on is this guy Steve on YouTube. I can't remember his exact YouTube name now. I'll put that along the bottom in a minute. He did a video about making homemade wine coolers from basically fermenting sugar and water and then adding frozen concentrate juice, fruit juice. The thing is, you can't get that frozen concentrate juice in the UK, so I'm going to try using this stuff, which is called high juice concentrate. We call it squash over here. Basically, ingredients are 50% pineapple juice and concentrate. It's got sugar, water, citric acid, natural flavourings in there. So that'd be interesting to see what happens with that. It recommends mixing 1 part high juice to 4 parts water. I've got 4.5 litres in there, so obviously I have to do the maths to work out how many bottles I need, etc. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'll let you guys know how it turns out and how it tastes. I've got pineapple flavour, I've also got some lemon over there. Maybe I'll get hold of some apple or some blackcurrant as well and see how we go. Yeah, so I'll do a bit more info on that another time. I don't want to bore you guys rigid with all homebrew stuff. Or, well, obviously homebrew stuff, but I don't want to bore you guys rigid with you know, too much stuff in one video. So, there we go. So guys, all that's left to say then is happy Homebrew Wednesday. I'm going to enjoy this as the last pint of my Cooper's Australian Lager, so I'm going to enjoy this. I've got another batch on the go. Also got Cooper's Pale Ale currently fermenting, so I should see a review of that anytime soon. So cheers guys, thanks for watching, and see you soon.